Of all the things, Brad, Jason does and did tonight, what impressed you the most?
I mean, he was just the fact that he had to play against, one of the league's best players, and he met a great challenge with it. Obviously, I thought both teams just played so hard, and then both teams looked spent at the end, and we were just fortunate enough to come up with enough balls at the end to win the game. But quite a job by a lot of different guys in both locker rooms, and Jason obviously was terrific tonight.
In the second overtime, Jason had done what he had done, but then other guys in the second overtime kind of seemed to take over. Some like Gordon was making plays, and even Grant, who had a rough night, made a couple of plays. So you speak to maybe the guys who stepped up like at the end.
Well, I thought their plays came on defense. I thought Gordon was good on Lou at the end. He gives a lot of people fits. And Grant made some great plays in traffic there and help. We were really struggling with the pick and rolls with Lou and Kawhi there for quite a bit of the game. And so, we went with super small and switched a lot and changed up matchups. And, we had to check to make sure Grant's still alive after Harrell, dunked all over him. But other than that, I thought he did a lot of good things.
Sorry, Brad, I don't know if this has been asked, but Jason's defense against Kawhi struggled in the second half, and you're asking him to be a better two-way player. And can you kind of touch on that?
No, I mean he wants the challenge. I mean nobody respects Kawhi more than Jason and appreciates him more than Jason. I mean he's going to play his heart out against him on both ends of the court because he knows that if you don't, you get embarrassed pretty easily. I thought he did a really good job. You just try to make those shots as tough as possible. When Jason's able to challenge shots, his length is a factor. He did that on a lot of occasions, and Kawhi still hit a few, as did the other guys. But, he played a good two-way game, but he's been a good two-way player all year. I think that's what makes us feel really comfortable. He was playing at an all-star level on both ends of the court.
In terms of a statement win, this would probably be up there this season. What did you learn about your team from their performance tonight?
I don't know that we learned much more. Sometimes the ball bounces your way. We had a chance to win in regulation and in overtime, and didn't make the last shot. Maybe if they have the last one, it doesn't work out that way. But this team's got good fight. It's got good toughness, and that's been really fun. I mean, this last 6 weeks has been really hard from the standpoint of, starting on, and we've talked about it a lot, not having anything but more than one day off in the last 6 weeks between games. And to finish it off with 8 of 9 and go into the break is a good thing. Now, when we come back from the break, after we take a deep breath, we got to bring the same competitive spirit back to that road trip.
Brad, you have big wins now on the home court against the top three in the Western Conference. Any significance to that you are able to beat those teams, those elite teams in the other conference on your home court?
Well, if you want to be a good team, you got to beat other good teams. And if you want to be a champion, you have to beat them 4 times in 2 weeks. So I'd say very little significance, but we'll take it, we'll move on, and try to be as good as we can be when that time comes. I think that's the bottom line. But you have to prove that you can do it, and there's a lot that we can work on. And I'm sure they don't feel like they played their best. George leaves at halftime, and Patrick Beverly doesn't play. So, I think we're realistic that we have a lot to work on, and that's a good thing. I think our guys are embracing that.
When games start to go into multiple overtimes, is there anything that you say to the team to keep them from burning out?
No, I think the adrenaline takes over. I think the fans sure help in that. But this is the second time we've played these guys, and the games, the combined total of minutes of the game is well over 100. So that means it's a heck of a 2 games that we've been playing. They're a really good team, and if you're not at your very best, then you're in trouble. I thought that actually we looked fairly fresh at the end, and after giving quite a bit of effort throughout the whole game. I thought we were flying around and made some good plays, especially on the defensive end of the floor at that time.
Brad, you've often said that praise is as hard to deal with as criticism in this league. Jason just had this awesome night. He's going into All-Star weekend. He's going to be getting a ton of praise. What do you see as his biggest challenge moving forward with that?
He's gotten a lot of. He's gotten so much more attention as a young player than probably, maybe anybody. I don't know in this group of guys at 21 years old, just because he's been so good since he got here, and he's played in every game's been meaningful, and so like I think he's used to it. I was impressed with the way Jalen, after not being named an All-Star, came out and played. I was impressed with the way Jason, after being named an All-Star, came out and played. I don't expect that to change. I think Jason has, he understands he's got a long way to go, and he wants to have more nights like tonight. Thank you.